The real thing we looking for is to have Iraq finish what they supposed to be doing, which is seating Prime Minister Sudani as Prime Minister by their parliament and getting the influence of Maliki out of the picture and any Iranian influence in the banks removed. That's what has to happen. And is that why we're pushed another week from this week? Yeah, on the bond side, still very quiet. But over the last few days, we had one tell us they expect very big things in the Middle East this weekend, perhaps. That fits with some of the news out of Iraq. U.S. Representative Joe Wilson exposed 2 Iran's puppets in Iraq and 2 Nouri Maliki. You are insulting President Trump. Try that out. Test your luck and see what happens. Free Iraq from Iran. Free Iran. They're past their constitutional period. Right now, the 30-day mark of voting on and completing the step of the president, which is step 2 out of 4 within their government formation. Their constitutional period reached its deadline as of Wednesday, the 28th. They're now past that. When the formation of the government started, I told you Maliki is not going to get this. It will be Sudani. They stated Maliki is the top pick, but Trump's got some big cojones and came forward saying, "Hey, Iraq, you put Maliki in, and we're done helping you 100%. Trump put a roadblock right in front of them, and it's in limbo." Breaking: U.S. Special Envoy to Iraq no longer in the post. One of the sources pointed to Savaya's mishandling of key situations, including his failure to prevent the nomination of former Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki to be the country's next premier. A move Trump openly warned Baghdad against U.S. Ambassador to Turkey Tom Barrack, who traveled to Erbil earlier this week, is believed to be taking over the portfolio. So far, in this election saga, we received lots of input from Washington on the coordination framework choice for Prime Minister of Iraq. Finally, we have input from President Trump himself on this matter, and so, I firmly believe, Nouri al-Maliki chances of Prime Minister are non-existent. The next step will be a massive campaign that will start to talk to the citizens about all the things we have talked to you about for a long time. They can't blatantly say, "Oh, we're going to lift the OFAC sanctions so you can go international." They would be telling you Iraq is about to revalue. They cannot do that. They're not going to do that. I am in North Africa, Egypt. I am here to take a look at the IQD and to find out how countries surrounding Iraq are responding to the IQD. We are comparing the IQD to the currency value of the countries surrounding Iraq. Iraq's neighbors, the general vicinity. North Africa is not considered the Middle East, but because North Africa is so very much Muslim religion, they tie very closely to the Middle East. Kuwait KWD is the highest valued currency against the US dollar in the Middle East, $3.26. Bahrain BHD is $2.65. Israel is only $0.32. Turkey is $0.02. We would be so happy to see the IQD at 2 cents. Egypt, EGP, $0.02. The IQD is $0.0076. So it has one of the lowest rates against the US dollar in Northern Africa and the Middle East. Everyone is higher than the IQD. We believe the IQD will play catch-up sooner or later. In Iraq, there are big meetings going on today. They will now vote, tomorrow, on the president. There are lots of behind-the-doors meetings going on right now. How will they handle the Maliki thing? Are there compromises they can make so the U.S. will still be supportive? With the election confusion and restructuring of the banks and insurance companies, Iraq has neither stability nor security, especially with large protests whipped up by Iranian partisans. Look at the bright side. Now you have additional time to structure for the RV to avoid capital gains taxes altogether and pay a modest 10% and not a dime more by using a CRUT. Charitable Remainder Unitrust Dinar Guru. Note: consult your asset protection and tax professionals at the appropriate time to construct a financial plan to your unique circumstances and deserves. The Central Bank of Iraq is the first institution in the Iraqi state to implement program and performance budgeting. The Board of Directors of the Central Bank of Iraq approved the bank's budget for 2026, adopting the program and performance budgeting methodology. The Central Bank of Iraq announces its readiness to provide technical support and training to Iraqi state institutions and to assist them in moving from the traditional method of preparing budgets to modern methods adopted globally in a way that contributes to the development of public financial management and the strengthening of the principles of efficiency and good governance. Apparently, whatever was signed with the CBI and the media busted all of this information loose. It's become a noticeable topic of discussion among the public. The details about Maliki's alleged corruption are definitely out there on Iraq's television. Iraq has the ability, if the gatekeepers like the IMF, SAD, World Bank, agree, he can make a real effective exchange rate adjustment just about any time they want. The television is showing us the WikiLeaks evidence of Maliki. It was showing he is definitely loyal to Iran. It says, during his tenure, he had more than 400 Iranians appointed to key state positions inside of Iraq. It showed he stole $350 billion. Many more things they're showing on television, also proving how loyal he is to Iran. It's all over our news here, starting today. Your media, as of yesterday, has begun to tell you the truth.